Hello, I'm very honored to be able to speak to you today. I'm going to speak about our sustainable urban freight plan. This plan was approved by the Brussels government in 2013, so 5 years ago. And I'm going to tell you what we have done, what did we learn, and voila. This is what I would like to share with you this afternoon. Okay, thank you. So this is a night picture of Brussels and Antwerp. You can see our densities, how many infrastructure we have. What you cannot see, but it's also important, is the growth of population and the EV congestion. So the strategic plan was approved in 2013 after a large participative approach. We put it Urban Freight Committee, a stakeholder platform, and we organized 4 workshops to build a plan with the stakeholders. And this committee is still working. We have about 2 or 3 meetings a year. The vision is to improve the quality of life of the city, to safeguard the city's supply, and to reduce negative side effects. It was also clearly mentioned in the plan that the actions had to be taken on a participative way with the stakeholders. Something important to note is that our objective, our vision, contains an internal contradiction between the different way of thinking from stakeholders. If you look at the city point of view, there is a focus on quality of life, environment, road safety, citizen complaint about noise, and some politicians dream of a city without trucks. When you look on the other side to carriers, suppliers, they care about their work conditions, cost, service. They complain about delivery conditions. All of them complain about congestion, and they would like to improve the quality of life. But these different ways of thinking is very something that we have to take with us. So how can we manage with all that? I think involvement of the stakeholders is very important. To achieve our plan, we participated to several European projects. These are the 3 last ones. What did we achieve? What did we learn? Is what I would like to tell you now. In City Lab in Brussels, there was a very interesting living lab with the VUB team and P&G with small stores. It was a success logistically, but there was some problem with shopkeepers because they don't want to order online. If you want more information about this, there is a nice poster from Bramkin downstairs. But City Lab was also the opportunity for Brussels for another collaboration with the VUB and the MOBI team from Professor Cathy Maccaris with Professor Thias Guns, there is no a road charging system in Belgium. All AGVs have to have an onboard unit, and this onboard unit gives us data every 30 seconds. So that means it's very big data, and we needed the researchers, the university, to deal with this and to analyze. Another project was Freight project. Last meeting last week. We had to produce an integrated action plan with support from a stakeholder group. We chose a local project, 2 streets nearby between the Gare du Midi, the South Station, and the city center. And we are trying to improve deliveries and to consolidate the flows. It was a broad stakeholders group, like you can see, and it was also difficult because of the different points of view. For the city, we have some problem with the deliveries for pedestrians, for cyclists, too many trucks, and so on. But for the shopkeepers, okay, the goods are coming and delivery, it's not such a problem. And there is a project to build a new metro station in these streets, and this is for the shopkeepers really more important than to improve the deliveries. ByZ, in ByZ we make our own delivery servicing plan for our own administration, Brussels Mobility, and it's very interesting to do it by ourselves and to develop in-house competence. And for instance, our central purchase office, who was supposed to handle with all deliveries for the administration, is in blue, is just handling 30% of the deliveries, because there is a big mail service. You have also the restaurant, and we didn't know this. So there are a lot of advantages from EU projects. Of course, there is funding, but I would like to say that for us, it's maybe not the main point. We have also engagement, political support. We have deadlines, but there is also sharing knowledge, communication, and public acknowledgement. And all of this is very important. So, what did we learn? A lot, but I choose 4 points. First, our plan, the SULP, I think it's a very important because it's a strong signal from politicians to all stakeholders that urban freight has to be involved in the development of the city. Second point, I already mentioned it, but as Ian Wainwright said, involvement of stakeholders is not optional. We have to do it. Third, even if each of our projects was a success, we have to be realistic, and we cannot see the effect on the flows at the regional level, Brussels level. It's still very, very low. We need to do something else. And at to change mind is huge, but I think it's our main success. In Brussels, more and more actors are concerned by urban freight. So, to conclude, we need to scale up. How can we do that? We are a team of 3 people. Logistics is so complex. Sometimes it looks like a big mountain. But something new is happening. It's more and more people in the city care about urban freight. In our new sustainable mobility plan, Good Move, there is a large place for urban freight. In the land use planning, they take more care about warehouses and so on. The regional plan for circular economy contains a logistics part. We have more and more collaboration with the Brussels universities on urban freight. And we saw also other actors, private actors, who are developing projects like a project for Brussels Construction Consolidation Center. It's a project from the industry, building industry. So this is a big hope for us. It's to see that we are not alone. I thank you for your attention.